Canada's Trudeau cries in public so much. Is it okay for leaders to cry? Find out next. Welcome back to the channel. Derek Van Shake here. There are so many times where Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has cried in public. He probably even cries when he watches Bambi. We're first going to go through several of the times where he cried in public to demonstrate how crying is perceived by your following, and then answer whether or not it's okay for leaders to cry. Now, let's get started. In this first clip that we're going to look at, Justin Trudeau and his wife are attending a speech given by Tom Jackson.
You see this maple leaf? Look. See this maple leaf? That's my sister.
Tom Jackson is of Indigenous descent, so he's of course using metaphors. I'm sure you can imagine what that's going to do to Justin Trudeau.
I love the maple leaf. The maple leaf is my sister.
Okay, I kind of think that Tom Jackson is actually trying to get Trudeau to cry. He's looking for a tear.
I want to ask you to do something. I want to ask you to believe for 5 seconds. Just maybe I'm your brother.
Now the shot goes back on Trudeau and his wife, and Trudeau's wife has this weird, sad look on her face that doesn't look legitimate.
2, 3.
It looks like she may be trying to be sad.
5. Okay, got it.
Now she looks right at Justin to see if he's crying, because she of course knows that he's such a softie. And then look here, she gives an obvious smirk because she knows he's about to bawl.
Okay. Now.
And at this point, she's just about to burst out laughing, but she is trying her hardest to just hold back her laugh. So this does not make international news that the Prime Minister's wife burst out laughing at the Prime Minister for crying at an event. Look what she does now. She tilts her head up to divert her attention strictly on the speaker so she can stop thinking about the fact that Justin Trudeau is about to burst into tears so she won't be caught laughing at him.
If that's my sister, and I'm your brother.
And look at the face that she makes to someone across the room. She apparently knows someone across the room, and that face is, oh no, not again. He's gonna burst into tears.
Now, how do you see that flag? So,
now notice this. Trudeau's wife dabs her eyes before Trudeau does. Based on what we saw earlier and how it seemed that she wasn't nearly as emotional as he was during this speech, I think what's happening is that she feels like I need to dab my eyes first, making it acceptable for him to dab his eyes with a tissue. Because look what happens now. His wife looks at him, suggesting public acceptability that it is okay for him to dab his eyes with a tissue because she already did it, when in reality she was a lot less emotional.
You made a contribution to a nation.
Justin just dabbed his eyes, and look at his tie now. This was not, his eyes were getting a little glassy and he just dabbed it a little bit. No, we're talking full-blown tears running down his face. And Trudeau cries like a little baby on Tom's shoulder. Now just watching that, how does it make you feel about him being your leader? Is that someone you trust that should be blazing the path forward for you? Now Trudeau is addressing the LGBTQIP2SAA community. Now watch, during this single speech, how many times Trudeau either has to wipe his eyes or wipe his nose.
Apology took so long. Many who suffered are no longer alive to hear these words. Important for the oppression.
What do you think? Did that make him appear stronger or weaker as someone that should be guiding and protecting his people? In this next one, a Syrian refugee is talking about his experience of when he first came to Canada. Keep in mind, the Syrian refugee that's telling this story is not crying. The radio show host here is not crying. Only Trudeau is crying. And take a look at his emotion here.
That day, it means many things for me. And trying to build this Canada before war, our life, our happiness there, And
You barely started the story, and you were dabbing your eyes and getting tears out of them. Why was it important for you to be there?
level, it was
Again, what do you think? Does he come across as a strong leader that's going to protect and further Canada's interests? When Canadian rocker Gord Downie died, here's how he reacted.
We all knew it was coming, but we hoped it wasn't. And I thought I was going to make it through this, but no, it hurts.
Here's the thing, guys. Some people think that it's okay for leaders to cry because it makes them appear more human. And I do agree that crying does make a leader appear more human, but it's a side of being human that you don't want to show when you're a leader. It doesn't matter whether you're leading a whole country or leading a small company. A leader's followers are looking to the leader 100% of the time. Leadership is not a part-time job. As a leader, he does not have the luxury of being publicly sad or emotional in front of his following. When a leader is sad and becomes emotional in front of his following, that is the ultimate sign of selfishness as a leader. What that's saying is that his personal feelings are more important than his duty as a leader. The reality is, people get sad, people die, relationships break up, bad things happen, of course. But the leader never shows his sad emotion to his following. If a leader is sad and needs to be emotional for a minute, the leader should take care of that in private and then come out strong as a leader in front of his followers. When a leader is sad, when a leader is crying, he is not a leader anymore. He is out of commission. He cannot effectively lead people when he has that kind of emotion. Followers know that bad decisions are made when the leader gets emotional. The best decisions are made when the leader is cool, calm, and collected. Remember to subscribe so videos just like this come right to you. And I'll see you at the top.
And good luck. And I salute you.